Hey everybody, this is HD and I'm making a crazy video real quick, and I am absolutely out of my mind right now because just 30 minutes ago Blizzard posted this post on Battle.net on their forums with a balance update on September 14th, which by the way guys is my birthday. I just woke up, it is my birthday, I'm 25 years old, woo! Anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and make this video to let you guys know about some huge changes that are going to be coming to Heart of the Swarm. So let's go ahead and go down this list. First of all, Zerg, one change. Swarm host, the attack range has been reduced from 3 to 2. So basically the entire Swarm host has been nerfed. They originally did 16 damage with 3 range, then they got reduced to 14. Now they got a range decrease of 1. And you know what, to be quite honest with you guys, I'm a Zerg player and it's my birthday, but I did not wish for the Swarm host to be that good, and it is insanely good, and I think the nerfs are justified, and so that's totally okay with me. Locust range at 2, totally alright. So let's go ahead and keep going down. Now Protoss, this is the real finicky race right now in StarCraft 2 HOTS, and a lot of people in the community not too happy with Protoss, so let's see what Blizzard has done here. Oracle, we have removed the Oracle's preordain ability. I'm actually totally alright with that because, you know what, it seemed to overlap a little bit with the other vision, the revelation ability they had, and if you have preordain and revelation, they basically do the same thing, and why wouldn't you just use revelation since it gives you detection? And to replace preordain, let's see, they've added a new area effect ability called Phase Shield. And this shield makes it so all friendly units are shielded from all harmful effects for 5 seconds. That means fungal, corruption, contaminate, graviton beam, concussive shells, abduct, revelation, vortex, even 250mm strike cannons, which you never see anyways, but Blizzard is just being very specific here, making sure we get the idea. So basically, Protoss now get a shield with the Oracle that makes everything underneath the shield invulnerable to effects. You can't Neural Parasite a mothership anymore. As Terran, I guess you can't EMP anymore, but there is actually a note down here that says EMP Phase Shield removes the anti-cloaking effect but not the damage dealt. Okay, so maybe EMP still does damage and still removes the shields, but it doesn't detect anymore, so you can't catch a Dark Templar under that Oracle, and that's pretty crazy, man. With the Oracle's new Phase Shield, you can't fungal Protoss armies anymore? Oh man, those Protoss Deathballs are going to be so scary. Now, it looks like Neural Parasite. Okay, so if a unit is parasited, Phase Shield won't remove the effect, but it will be like a preventative thing. So I guess it's like getting a tetanus shot for tentacles that are coming from the infestor. If you get your vaccination, then you're protected. But if you're already affected, then you're pretty much your brain will be taken over by the Zerg. And the energy upgrade has been removed. I never realized that the Oracle had an energy upgrade. Interesting. Okay, so Entomb's duration has been reduced to 25 seconds. Okay, and the health per Entomb has been increased to 100. My thoughts on that, I think the Entomb fields, they did last for some time. Basically what this does is it makes it so you need stronger troops at home to deal with this in the late game. But in the early game, it's not as strong because it doesn't last as long. I guess it's sort of like a change, a nerf here and then a buff here for the Entomb. I'm not too sure of my thoughts on it yet. And the cost has been reduced, which is good because they were way too expensive, in my opinion, coming out of the Stargate, and they kept Protoss really depleted on main Gateway Army if they rushed for it. Tempest, attack range has been reduced. Wow, that's a big reduction. And not too sure how I feel about that. The basic damage has been changed from 30 to 30 plus 30 massive. Okay. And the ranged upgrade has been removed. Oh, so I guess they just have a base attack of 15 and they can't be upgraded anymore beyond that. That seems like a pretty big nerf. Mothership Core and Mothership. Recall will now cost 100 energy, so the recall now is super easy to use, and I don't know how I feel about that. I think Protoss having the ability to recall their entire army makes it so they can never be out of position, and with less energy on that ability, that seems to be really good as well. Mothership Core will now start with 50 energy, and when upgraded, energy will be set back to 50. Alright. And the range of the Purifier Beam has been increased from 7 to 10. That makes it a little better. Now I can do my Mothership Core rush even easier and attack the Terran's expansion and rush the core to his base. And Carrier has arrived. All right. So I need to actually play a sound clip right now.
Carrier has arrived.
Oh, that's awesome. So the carrier has made its way back into the game. Can you imagine carrier, Tempest, and Oracle with phase shield to protect and a mothership? Oh, that is a super Skytoss army right there. So that's pretty scary. And now here's a huge change for Terrans. Warhound has been removed from the game. No way. So the Warhound, it's basically just gone. All right. So that's pretty weird. I don't know how I feel about that. And I did some further research about this, and apparently the people at Blizzard, they feel like the Warhound is just basically a mech marauder. So if that's their thoughts on that unit, I guess I can kind of feel for that, because the Marauder, or the Warhound, was such a fast mechanized unit. It played like a Marauder, and it really didn't play into the slow setup type of Terran style. Your mech is supposed to be slow, immobile. But damn, they just removed the Warhound from Terran. But they also said that they're looking to reintroduce that. And I should probably also mention that even though I took this picture and I'm showing this to you guys right now, about 10 minutes ago, there was actually a different patch note for Protoss that said Immortal's Hardened Shield will now affect the Warhound's Haywire ability. And then when I went down and I read that the Warhound was removed from the game, I was like, that doesn't seem to make any sense. Why would they remove why would they make it so Immortal's Hardened Shield can affect Haywire and then say Warhound was removed? So like I said, I did more research and I found out that they are planning to re-implement the Warhound. They're just trying to come up with some creative idea for it. So I think this is a temporary change. At first when I read this, I thought it was a joke. I just did not know what the heck was going on. But I don't know. For now, my thoughts on that, I know that Terran players are going to be furious. So, I don't know. We'll see what other changes they made for Terran. Reapers now have a new passive ability called Combat Awareness, so now they can see up a cliff. Okay, that's pretty cool, yeah. And the Hellions, the Battle Hellions, can now be built from the factory, and it has an armory requirement, okay? And there's a new upgrade at the armory that will allow transformation between battle mode and normal mode. So it looks like normal Hellions still come from the factory, but if you want to make battle Hellions, they require an armory requirement. And there's an upgrade that will allow current Hellions to be able to transform, or it'll allow. I'm actually really confused. That seems like a weird patch note, so I'm not too sure about that. And Widow Mines no longer require the armory, which I think is great. A couple of changes that I thought were really interesting that people have been making in the community is they should make it so it's hard to balance a Widow Mine because it's a self-detonating unit. And it's not like super cheap like a Baneling, so maybe they should give it to the Warhound and give Warhound, reintroduce a Warhound as like a vulture or something that can lay down mines, or give it to the Hellions so they can lay down Widow Mines, because as of this point in StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, the Warhound is a unit that just doesn't require a lot of micro, and I really hope that Blizzard implements new units that require micro, that make the game very interesting to watch, give the players a lot of things to play with, and a lot of micro-oriented activities. So, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on these patches. Post your suggestions down below, and go ahead and discuss it. These are huge changes. The carrier has arrived, and the Warhound is gone. So see you later, Warhound. Hopefully, we'll see you somewhere in the future. So, anyways, guys, just thought I'd bring this video to you all, and the rest of the Heart of the Swarm PhD tournament VODs will be coming up over the next few days. Take it easy, guys. HD signing out.